Hi, my name is Bear, and let's start with Astroneer. The game is set during the 25th century intergalactic age of discovery, where Astroneers explore the frontiers of outer space, risking their lives in harsh environments to unearth rare discoveries and unlock the mysteries of the universe itself. In this space sandbox adventure, you can work together with other players to build custom bases above or below the ground, create vehicles to explore a vast solar system, and use terrain to create anything you can imagine. So basically, you are invading beautiful planets with beautiful nature and making an industrial hell out of them. Yeah, screw nature, the galaxy is full of it. Red Dead Redemption 2. Very positive reviews on Steam won't let me lie. This western is one of the most entertaining games I have ever played. The game is expensive even with a discount, but boy oh boy it is good. Well, except those moments when you encounter a bear, then you just die. You know, like in any other game, bears are the worst. So here you are, an outlaw on the run. With federal agents and the best bounty hunters in the nation massing on your heels, you and your gang must rob, steal and fight your way across a rugged heartland of America in order to survive. The game is serious, but it doesn't take itself seriously. It's full of really funny and unexpected events and situations. On the other hand, the story is serious and some of your actions have serious consequences. Main story will take about 50 hours from your boring life, and all the online content can take 10 times more. You know, those are the same creators as of GTA games. They know how to pin your attention for a long time, so be sure you have it. Shadow Warrior 2. Become a tornado of steel and blood with razor-sharp katana, short swords, crescent blades, and hand claws, or unleash a hellish symphony of firearms to dismantle your enemies to pieces. As I always say, if I had one word to describe this game, it would be delicious potato salad. Because delicious potato salad is great, and so is this game. It's worth all your money even without a discount. People on Steam are talking that Shadow Warrior is just another Doom game, except here instead of Doom Guy, you are a crazy ninja gunslinger. The third part of the game was also released recently, but it has 40% of negative reviews on Steam. That is sad, so let us stick with the second part and make some chaos in there. Inscryption. This is an inky black art-based odyssey that blends the deck-building roguelike, escape room-style puzzles and psychological horror into a blood-infused smoothie. Darkest still are the secrets inscribed upon the cards. Here you will acquire a deck of woodland creature cards by draft, surgery and self-mutilation, unlock the secrets lurking behind the walls of Leshy's cabin, and embark on an unexpected and deeply disturbing odyssey. So don't play this game with your 6-year-old daughter or something. Anyway, overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam are well deserved. This game is a real gem, and it's absolutely single player. You won't find any shady card collecting, money sucking mechanics here. Also, if you are in doubt, you can play the free demo version. Medium. Concept is simple. Here you have the physical world and the spirit world, and you have to interact in both of those. You will use your psychic abilities to solve puzzles spanning both worlds, uncover deeply disturbing secrets, and survive encounters with the Maw, a monster born from unspeakable tragedy. That sounds grim and a bit scary. Also, a whole concept reminds me of Silent Hill, although in there you weren't in control of world switching. In a matter of fact, no sane person would ever go to that other world of Silent Hill by choice. The world of Medium has been invented and designed under the inspiration of Zdzislaw Beksinski's paintings. He was a polished dystopian surrealist with a sad life story. He obviously wasn't a fan of airy-fairy unicorn rainbows, but rather he saw a grim mirror of our reality and reflected his imagination on his disturbing but very cool paintings. Foundation. This is a gridless medieval city-building game with a focus on organic development, monument construction, and resource management. As the newly appointed ruler of a land still untouched and full of potential, you are given the opportunity to create a prosperous medieval settlement as you envision it, managing your resources and growing population whilst being challenged by narrative events, quests, and missions from across the kingdom. From very modest beginnings, build rudimentary workplaces, extract and store resources, establish trade routes, erect majestic monuments, and sprawling city may emerge in your newfound lands. But let's be honest, you will probably fail, and instead you'll create the ultimate world of doom, suffering, and despair. Those tiny artificial humans have no idea what grim fates await them, with you behind the steering wheel of the kingdom. Dawn of Man. This is a nice city-building game where you control some ancient people, hunt mighty mammoths, gather various herbs, and build Stonehenges. Immediately after the release, the game received many negative reviews. People were talking that the game is limited and the content is scarce. But developers were quick to react, and after a few updates, the situation was totally different. They added more buildings, more mechanics, and even made a 300-person population possible. Now the reviews are very positive. Dawn of Man also has great AI. No, not as great as Skynet. Why do you even think of that? Although we may never know what simple AI is plotting against us. The biggest flaw of the game, in my opinion, is the game's color palette. Super boring greenish brownish tones everywhere can be really hard to the eye. And the game itself is focused on survival and not war, so it can be a bit boring for people who like to wage battles. Of course, there are war elements. You have to defend your settlements from various raider scum, but that's almost it. Vaporum. This is a grid-based single-player and single-character dungeon crawler RPG set in an original steampunk setting. The game is obviously inspired by the old-school games like Dungeon Master, the Eye of the Beholder series, and the most recent Legend of Grimrock. Stranded in the middle of the ocean in front of a gigantic tower, you have to find out what the place is, what happened here, and most importantly, who you are and where the secret vodka stash is. I'm kidding. Game looks beautiful, so if you are into a dungeon crawlers, keep in mind that this one has very positive reviews on Steam and is a true gem for your collection. Rock Simulator. Here you can become what you have always wanted, a rock, with no problems, no debt, no health problems, and no worries. You level up to explore the great landscapes created by Mother Nature, with zero responsibilities and nothing else but the wind blowing by your hard, rocky surface. Listen to the relaxing sound nature has to offer in many different landscapes, while earning enough stones to unlock your favorite rock skins. Start your adventure in the plains while earning enough experience to unlock many more maps by doing what rocks do best. Just exist. Also, the game has an intense online co-op play mode implemented, so you could play this exciting game together with your friends and have tons of pure fun. 93% of the reviews are positive. That is also huge. Anyway, this game may not be a gem you were looking for, but it for sure is a nice polished rock. One of the best games of 2019. You have my sincere recommendations. Jotun Valhalla Edition. This is a hand-drawn action exploration game set in a Norse mythology. Here you play as Thora, a Viking warrior who died an inglorious death and must prove herself to the gods to enter Valhalla. Aside from the boss battles, the game revolves around exploration and puzzle solving, with a few enemies to fight. It isn't very surprising that puzzles often are solved by using axe swings to interact with the objects. People on Steam are talking that this is a beautiful and deceptively difficult game, and the art and music lull you into a false sense of security and comfort, just like your mother-in-law does. This is a really nice game, especially for this price. And now don't forget to check out GOG Weekly Sale as well. You'll find the link in the description below. All GOG games are DRM free and they also support refunds for up to 30 days. Way better and gamer-friendly place than Steam is. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.